Ladies and gentlemen, they say history repeats itself, and in South Africa's case, we just keep pressing the replay button while hoping for a different song, like people who wanted Squid Game Season 3 then got mad when it came. Trump's sanctions are just the beginning in our case. This is the polite slap before the punch. This is the warning knock before the door gets kicked in. And let me say something that no politician in this country has the guts to say or even fathom. South Africa is falling behind, and it's about time you found out. We played geopolitics like it was street dice. With the Russians, we danced with the Chinese, we spat on the dollar, and then we acted shocked when the US said, okay, bet, let's play the game. And now the US is switching off the money tap. No more IGOA benefits, no more cheap trade access, no more looking the other way while South Africa pretends to be natural in a world on fire. They were patient for years, but eventually even the nicest rich uncle gets tired of the freeloading cousin who keeps running his mouth at family dinners. And you know who's going to pay for it? Not Cyril, not the ANC, not even the cadres with wine-stained suits and Dubai properties. It's you. Yes, the broke you. You with your payday treats and your petrol station dreams. You're gonna pay for their sins. Let me break it down to put you on game real quick. Truth report style. South Africa's economy is about to go into shock mode. That's my prediction. That is my prediction, and let it go on record. And here's why I say it's going to go on shock mode. There's actually many reasons, but I'm going to give you the main reason. Petrol, these days you'll need a loan to fill your tank. Bread, it's a delicacy. Jobs are dying faster than Eskom transformers. We are on the verge of becoming the Zimbabwe you used to joke about. This isn't fear-mongering. I'm not a fearmonger. This is mathematical certainty, and you know that because I'm an engineer. You don't insult your biggest trade partner and expect a hug. You don't light the bridge on fire and ask for directions from the other side. Tell me if I'm telling lies. And let's be honest, while we're here, this government is obsessed with talking about historical injustices. You want to know what the real injustice is, my good sir, my good ma'am? Pretending it's still 1994 when it's 2025. They keep using the ghost of apartheid to justify economic stupidity. They think that stepping on white people and other racial minorities, ignoring Indian and colored communities, and only hiring based on quotas is justice. That is not justice, that is revenge. And revenge has never built a nation, it has only burned them down. Ask the Roman Empire. Oh, that's right, they're not here anymore. Let's stop acting like Trump just woke up one day and decided to punish South Africa. We gave him the ammo. We gave him the motive. When we hosted Russian ships, when we refused to condemn Hamas, when we threatened the ICC if they came after Putin, threatened, when we treated BRICS like it was Wakanda. We chose sides in a game that we didn't even understand. And now that the bill has come, we're looking for someone else to pay it and to blame. Now, Holmes, you gotta own it. Let's talk reality here. Taxi prices are going up. Mini meal costs climbing. They are climbing. Unemployment is already at 32% for adults. Food insecurity is climbing. And now the US pulls its support. How on earth are we going to survive that? But here's the twist. The ANC is going to spin it like it's a win. Wait and watch. Just wait and watch. They'll say, no, this is because we stood up to imperialism. We don't need the West.
We are, as South Africans, a resilient people, and we will not be bullied.
Blee blue blab. We will build our own economy. Blee blue blab. Paul Mashatile is gonna get a BBL. Bruh, you couldn't even build a working train station. You want to build a whole economy? You can't even build a dam in Guyana. Let that sink in. Let me say something loud for the people at the back. Trump just saved South Africa. Yeah, clip that, quote it, cancel me. Because the only way a drug addict heals is when the supplier cuts him off. And Trump just cut off our dealer. No more handouts, no more free passes, no more smiling in Washington while cozying up in Moscow. This is tough love. Brutal, yes. Fair, arguably. Necessary, absolutely. But here's what makes me mad. The people who caused this mess, they'll be fine. quite fine, actually. They'll still fly business class to Dubai. They'll still send their kids to schools in Switzerland. They'll still eat Wagyu steak while telling you to tighten your belt. They'll still have teenage girls supplied to them by Kenny Kunene. But you, the person who works hard, pays taxes, gets up at 5 a.m. to catch a taxi, you will be the one suffering. You'll be the one who has to walk to the spaza and not use your car because you don't have the money to pay for the petrol. You will be the one to fight for school fees for your kids. You will be the one to do all of that. You want to know why? Because you're the one who's affected in this just as much as they don't want you to believe you are. Cyril can go to all the meetings you want him to go to, but in the end, it is you who's going to be affected and not him. In Cyril Ramaphosa's eyes, he is nothing but someone who just has to attend your meetings, and you are the one who has to suffer for everything else. So, ladies and gentlemen, how do Trump's tariffs affect the guy on the street? It's simple, actually. Trump's tariffs affect the guy on the street in one way. One way we can all agree with. You have to pay more. If you wanted me to put it in simpler terms, you'll just have to pay more. So now the question is, are you ready to suffer for your silence? Or will you finally speak up and change your country? The clock is ticking. The bread's burning. And if you're still asleep, don't complain when the future leaves you behind. This is the Sama Sambit, and like always, I'll see you next time.